I'm going to be answering WAEC 2019 Chemistry Objective Past Question 23. Which of the following pair of substance has the highest neutralization? A. Strong acid and strong base. B. Weak acid and weak base. C. Strong acid and weak base. D. Weak acid and strong base. Now, first things first, what is a neutralization reaction? Now, a neutralization reaction is one that involves, or is the reaction between an acid and a base to yield a salt and water. Now, an acid is a chemical substance that dissociates in water to liberate hydrogen ions, while a base dissociates in water as well to liberate hydroxyl ions. So what differentiates a strong acid from a weak acid? A strong acid dissociates completely to yield hydrogen ions. So complete dissociation and a strong base dissociates completely as well to yield hydroxyl ions. So for a weak base there is complete dissociation and hydroxyl ions are liberated. So when a strong acid and a strong base react, the complete dissociation of the hydrogen ions and the hydroxyl ions brings about ready formation of water. And because the positive ion has been dissociated from the acid and the negative ion dissociated from the base, the remaining part of the acid reacts with the remaining part of the base to form the salt. So for example, if you have the strong acid as hydrochloric acid and the strong base as sodium hydroxide, when the hydrogen ion is liberated and the hydroxyl ion liberated and water is formed, the sodium ion, which is the remaining part of the base, reacts with the chloride ion to give sodium chloride, which is a salt. So because of this complete dissociation and liberation of hydrogen and hydroxyl ion, the neutralization is very, very strong. Now for weak acid and weak base, an example of a weak acid is acetic acid. Acetic acid is an example of a weak acid. Now when acetic acid reacts with a weak base such as ammonia, There is partial dissociation of hydrogen ions from acetic acid and partial dissociation of hydroxyl ions from the ammonia, and for that reason salt and water isn't readily formed because of the partial dissociation. Similarly, when a strong acid reacts with the weak base, because the weak base does not liberate all its hydroxyl ions, neutralization to form a salt doesn't take place very easily, and also the same for weak acid and strong base. So from the explanation given, the strongest reaction or the highest neutralization is between a strong acid and a strong base, which is option A. So please subscribe to this YouTube channel for more videos and more past questions and answers.